Hi, my name is Liviana Valentine. I'm from Nandi and Today FM rocks.
My name is Ateza. I work at Golden Point Resort. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Krish. I'm from Tava. I like listening to Big Breakfast. Today FM rocks.
I'm Juliana. I'm from Nautoka and I like listening to Today FM.
Hi, my name is Chelly. I live in Arere. Today FM rocks my grog and lollipop.
Bula, my name is So. I'm from Navua. I like listening to Today's FM.
Bula, my name is Asilika from Rocky Rocky and Today FM rocks with my flip-flops.
Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate and this is FBC News. Tonight, Nakorotumbu rushing to rebuild homes before new cyclone season. Government powerless over shortage of construction material. And doctors pay rise to improve health services. A 4-year-old girl is dead following an accident along the Queen's Highway in Dhuvu, Singatoka. It is alleged that a vehicle driven by a 40-year-old man hit the victim and a 26-year-old woman. The two were on the roadside waiting for transport to town. The woman is admitted at the Singatoka hospital while the 4-year-old is at the hospital mortuary. The suspect is being questioned by police. Villagers in the Nakorotumbu district in Ra, who face the full brunt of tropical cyclone Winston, are racing against time to build proper shelters before the next cyclone season starts in less than 2 months. Roland Koroy reports many have opted not to wait for the government's assistance. However, lack of proper income has hampered their efforts.
7 months after the monster storm and there's still clear evidence of what happened. Villagers here in the Nakorotumbu district were amongst the worst hit. And while they eagerly anticipate government's second round of card distribution for the Help for Home initiative, they are doing the best they can with what they have.
Right now, we are not waiting for the government. Whatever we can do, we are doing it right now, so by the time government assistance arrives, we can use that money to finish what we have started.
We have started building. We have built a few small shelters that we can stay in a while. We wait for the government assistance.
Despite their enthusiasm, their efforts have come to a halt. With their main source of income destroyed, they have no cash to buy the much-needed materials.
Our main sources of income are coconuts and fish from the sea. If you look at the coconut trees, there's no more fruits, and even our reefs were damaged during the cyclone, when it was hit with tidal waves. So all the resources we relied on has gone.
Right now, there is no sources of income for us here in the village. If it's one thing I'd ask for, it's for the source of income for the village. We need that urgently.
With less than 2 months remaining before the start of the cyclone season, villagers are hoping that help will come soon.
We are relying on the government because the cyclone season is almost here. We are hoping that we will get our cards soon so that we can be in better shelter by the time the cyclone season gets here.
The immediate concern in every village that we have visited in the Nakorotumbu district has been the same. There are no stable sources of income, and this has made it difficult for people to put food on the table, let alone rebuild their houses that have been demolished by TC Winston. Roland Koroy, FBC News.
Meanwhile, the government has urged those in cyclone-affected areas who are waiting for building materials under the Help for Home initiative to be patient. Minister for Economy Ayush Said Qayyum told reporters yesterday that the shortage of materials currently being experienced is out of their control.
The Minister for Economy says the shortage of building materials is the main reason why those in cyclone-affected areas have not been assisted yet under the government's Help for Home initiative.
It's obviously not the ideal situation, but please be patient. It's something that's beyond government's control, it's beyond the hardware company's control, it's beyond the country's control, because there is actually a shortage of this building material, and this building material actually comes from overseas.
Said Qayyum says there's hope that gaps within the supply and demand chain will be fixed soon.
Roofing iron and timber were the main ones. They obviously could not keep up with the demand, and similarly the suppliers could not keep up with the demand. And so I think there is obviously there's some gaps there in terms of the supply-demand chain, and we hope that will be fixed up sooner, so please be patient.
As for the impending cyclone season, the minister says the goal right now is to get everyone supplied by early November at the latest.
No, I mean, the reality is that we cannot predict climatic conditions. The reality is that we have a majority of the people have got a roof over their head now. There are some people, of course, who have not got all the building material, and we hope that most of the companies will be able to fulfill all the orders that have been placed with them at least by October or by beginning of November. That's the goal.
Government has allocated up to $88 million for the Help for Home initiative to date. Roland Koroi, FBC News.
Investing in human capital is just as important as investing in any other sector in the country. Speaking at the Fiji Medical Association's annual Scientific Conference Awards dinner last night, Attorney General Ayaside Kayum said this is one of the reasons they've increased doctors' salaries. Ritika Pratap reports.
Doctors have received a significant increase in their salaries, with $40 million provided in the new budget. Attorney General Ayaside Kayum says the government is hopeful the increase in wages and improvement in working conditions will result in better health services.
That is the premise of why we've had these discussions with your team, and this is why we've sort of agreed to these changes, because we believe obviously there are many challenges within the provision of medical services in Fiji. Whilst we may buy MRI machines and more scanners, etc., we cannot buy people. We can only invest in people. We can only encourage people to take up the medical profession.
Said Kayum also encouraged doctors to explore other fields.
There are many other areas that we don't actually have, people resident in Fiji who can specialize or who do specialize in that area. And we want to work together with you. If some of you want to specialize, we want to work together with you to help you realize your true potential.
Complaints against health services has been an ongoing issue, and steps will now be taken to improve this.
At the moment, there's no proper accountability in terms of how do we track from the time of complaint to the resolution of that complaint, and whether the customer, who is the patient's family, is actually feeling satisfied or not. And similarly, we do, of course, get complaints about doctors, we get complaints about nurses. And it is in everybody's best interest to ensure that that process is transparent.
The government has set aside $250,000 and a complaints mechanism will be put in place for the public health sector following discussions with the FMA. Ritika Pratap, FBC News.
Still to come on FBC News, a new vessel to improve health services for Langi villages in Madhuwata, and leading industries show positive growth. Stay with us.
Radio Fiji One, ndomo ibiti na bonga njoniano na evangolite ya raki.
Mami na marama ni Northland. Mami na utaleta na Radio Fiji One, na ndomo ibiti na bonga ni beyariano.
Na Radio Fiji One, na ndomo ibiti na bonga ni beyariano.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. A new boat and engine has been given to the number 1 nursing station at Langi village in Undu, Madhuwata to meet the health needs of the people in the district. Prime Minister Vurenge Bainimarama handed over the much-needed vessel in Lambasa yesterday. Eleanor Turangaivu with this report.
During his tour of Nolebu earlier this year, Prime Minister Vurenge Bainimarama received a request from Undu district for a boat for the number 1 nursing station.
The nursing station at Langi village is not accessible by road, and it takes more than an hour to travel by boat to it from the landing. The nurses there often have to walk to other villages and settlements when there is an emergency or to conduct their normal village outreach visits.
Costing almost $27,000, the new boat, Safety kit and engine is expected to help nurses who service the district of Undu.
This boat will assist our nurses to reach the communities they serve quickly and safely. It benefits 250 people from the villages of Langi, Wulikoti, Nukusan, Nukundamu, and other nearby settlements.
Prime Minister Burenge Bainimarama says small initiatives like this make a huge difference in the lives of ordinary Fijians, which in this case will help improve the delivery of health services. The new boat and engine will be delivered to the number 1 nursing station tomorrow. Eleanor Turangabiu, FBC News.
The latest economic review released by the Reserve Bank shows positive growth in leading industries. Visitor arrivals rose annually by 4.9%. Gold output also increased by 5.3% and electricity production by 3.4%. However, cane and sugar output declined significantly by 56% and 62% respectively, reflecting the damage sustained by cyclones earlier this year. Similarly, there was a contraction in wood intake by Tropic Woods Limited, which resulted in lower wood chip production. This was partly driven by the closure of the Ndrasa mill for the first 4 months of the year. Mahogany production also declined due to bad weather conditions. Inflation rose for the 4th consecutive month in July to 5.5%. Being disabled or physically challenged should not stop anyone from achieving their ambitions. This was one of the last messages that delegates at the 2016 Certified Practicing Accountants Congress heard yesterday as the event came to a close in Sigatoka. Ellen Stahls tells us more.
Saving the best for last. A presentation by Tony Christensen brought the house down. The double amputee inspired and mesmerized a room full of able-bodied people with fascinating accomplishments, which include climbing Mount Kilimanjaro, being a qualified lifeguard, skiing and motor racing, to name a few.
Well, you haven't got any legs, you can't climb ladders, you can't climb trestles, you can't drive the truck, so you're no good to us. My story is that I pestered one guy long enough. He gave me an opportunity. At the end of 3 months, he made me foreman. Right through to today, where I owned that particular company for 13 years. Turned into one of the most successful sign painting companies in New Zealand.
Delegates also heard that the key to a successful business is finding a never-ending source of inspiration and drive.
Understand that you need to know what motivates you, and don't just say money, because that's not true. In 90% of the cases, that is not true. You need to know what the options are, and you need to understand how your computer works.
The Congress helped to motivate, inspire, encourage, innovate and inform members of the business community the need to stop looking at the I can't issue and focus on I will.
Oh, that's better, I think.
Ellen Stahls, FBC News.
Continuous rainy weather over the past few weeks has taken its toll on the roads. Potholes have become a common sight on roads between the Suva to Nausori corridor. However, Fulton Hogan Highways has been prompt in fixing this. The company has recently patched potholes in Khalsa Road, Nasino. FHH construction manager Phil Toom says they are milling out about 100 millimeters of the top material and replacing it with some new material. Toom says the reconstructed sections will be stabilized with cement and a 2-coat seal. Drivers are being urged to drive with caution. Laughing Samoans Ete and Tofinga today brought smiles on the faces of children admitted at the CWM hospital. Ete says meeting the children is a priceless moment for them. The Auntie Tala and Phi Act will be taking stage tonight at the Vodafone Arena in Suva. Funds collected will be donated to the Prime Minister's National Disaster Relief and Rehabilitation Fund. The comedians were hosted by the Walk On Walk Strong ambassador Div Damodar for morning tea this morning. Ahead in sports, BOG finalists confirmed. And Nandronga retains Fairbrother Trophy. This and more after the break.
मैं जुगेन नंबिलो तालिब से रेडियो फिजी 2 24 घंटे मेरे साथ रहता है।
हम मंगेरी ताउका के ललिश है। हमारे दिल में और दिमाग में खाली रेडियो फिजी 2 है और सभी भाइयों से आग्रह करते हैं कि रेडियो फिजी 2 सुनना चाहिए।
मेरा नाम अभिनेश है, मैं निंदी का रहने वाला हूँ। मैं सभी समय रेडियो फिजी 2 सुनता हूँ क्योंकि उसमें आईना प्रोग्राम।
Welcome back. This is FBC Sports. Lambasa bagged its spot in the final of the Ink Mobile Battle of the Giants football in style, beating Suva 4-1. Rohit Deo has all the action from the semi-finals.
Quite strong out here. It is not hot. It is not hot. So we're going to have a fast...
Lambasa went into the semi-final as favourites since Suva was plagued with injuries. But the capital city side started on a high with this goal from Setereki Hughes.
Side to Kelvin Naidu on towards the broadcast side. Tomasi Uduilo and the flag stayed down as Setereki Hughes with a turn, and Setereki Hughes in the 17th minute of play ran from behind and has slotted in the first goal.
Suva led 1-0 at the break. The Northerners came out firing in the second spell with goals from Ravinesh Karan Singh, Ratu Anare and Elisoni Longivo.
Let's see what the referee has done. Players stand still to watch. And Lambasa has equalized. Elisoni made him go the long way. The rain has started as Tayone Kerevanua gets involved into the action with Gabrieli Matanasinga. In comes Ratu Anare and the goal to Ravinesh Karan. Following through in the 32nd minute of play, Ravinesh Karan Singh has put Lambasa up by 2-1. In a neat little pass finds Master Edwin Shime from that far touchline side. And he comes with a cross, a good one, and Ratu Anare! Ratu Anare following through in the 41st minute of play. Get it out of the way and to go for possession when the clearance comes, not allowing Suba to come. You can see that now, trying to shut down space inside Chalindrelloa, but he loses possession. And it comes to Ravinesh Karan. And Ravinesh Karan with an empty goal mouth has put Lambasa up by 4-1. And in the 46th minute of play, he was offside. And maybe
Lambasa last won the BOG title in 1997. Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
Lambasa will play Lautoka in the final of the Blues edged Rewa 4-3 on penalty kicks as both teams were locked at 0-0 after the end of extra time. Here's the action from the penalty kicks.
In a different mood. And he saves. Dungadang is shot, he saves. Rimandao places it, and he is a good penalty taker. Sahib now with the chance. And he equalizes, but we have a second kicker for Rewa.
See me not looking away.
So Kuru comes, and he has made it 2-1. He stands on his line, and he has made it 2. Mike Kelly with a penalty, drives it and makes it 3. Oh. And he places it, makes it look so easy. Takes his run. Oh, and he misses.
He's missed it.
He's missed it. So Tamini Sao waits. Dabe places it. Let's see what happens here. Misale comes in. Hits the post and Lautoka. And Lautoka are through to the finals tomorrow afternoon.
The final kickoffs at 3 p.m. at Nausori's Ratu Dakambau Park tomorrow. Nandronga has successfully defended the HFC Bank Fairbrother Trophy after defeating Naitausiri 31-13 today. The Stallions led 24-13 at halftime. Here are the highlights.
Just near the post there. It's there for Nandronga. They pile over the top of that. Ball comes back, held, and away it goes. Oh, the passes couldn't connect into Joeli Lutomailangi, and now he offloads it, and the try is there to Alivaretti Vaitokani. And it comes to Nandronga from that line out in Ralulu. Over the top into Tobilevu. Big pass out wide, and Wangatambu puts it over the top, the chip, and then it bounces away, and Wangatambu picks it up well. And a gem of a kick that time from Wangatambu. Ball went back, picked up well that time by Chone Navori. And Chone Navori finishes.
Northland is the next challenger. Rugby Sevens Olympians Kitione Talinga and Racheli Ndavua were yesterday rewarded for their achievements in Rio, Brazil. The duo's employs the Fiji Correction Services held a special gathering at the Namboro complex outside Suva. Rohit Deo reports.
special welcome for the extra special guest of the day. Fiji Correction Services Commissioner Commander Francis Keane says men's 7th Rep Kitione Talinga and Fijiana Rep Racheli Daveo's achievements will serve as an example.
The gold achievement does not only bring joy to the country and families, but mostly uplifting the correction department to another level.
Commander Keane says they will look ahead and make the right decisions.
The gold medal will also bring changes to your life. Some are good and some are bad. But bear in mind, you have to make wise decisions all the time.
Talinga has been promoted to rank B from C, while Daveo received an increment of $3,000 on her annual salary. Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
Residents of Newtown in Nasinu today celebrated the achievements of hometown boy Jerry Tuwai's gold medal win at the Rio Olympics. Residents gathered in numbers as Tuwai was carried from his home to the Bishop Kempton Memorial School by the Newtown 15's rugby team. A traditional ceremony was also accorded at the celebration. Tuwai grew up playing touch rugby at the Newtown roundabout. Fine weather apart from light brief showers was experienced over the eastern and interior of the larger islands. High temperatures were recorded in the Western Division. Nandi, Lautoka and Ba were on 30 degrees, Lambasa was on 29, Savusavu on 26 degrees and Suva was the coolest, recording 24 degrees. Forecast for tomorrow, it's fine apart from isolated brief showers over the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands. And the further outlook, we're looking ahead to Monday. Expect much of the same weather pattern with cooler nights. For mariners, expect rough seas. And recapping the main stories for tonight, a 4-year-old girl is dead following an accident along the Queen's Highway in Duvu, Singatoka. Nakorotumbu rushing to rebuild homes before new cyclone season, and government powerless over shortage of construction material. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. On to our poll question. This week's question we are asking: is speeding becoming a major problem on our roads? To answer, visit our FBC website. Send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page, FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. You've been watching FBC News. I'm Jackie Spate. Good night.
Mrs. Manirabu from Batam. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
I'm Sela Sadakau from Vatukola. I only listen to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold Naka, I'm Vale and I'm working at Golden Grove Resort and I love listening to Gold FM because it plays a really wide range of classic hit music.
I'm Saini Sakio from Kashmir Lotoka. I like Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.